very happy because she got a lot of compliments from everyone. She enjoyed the party till 4 a.m. in the morning. Her husband was little tired, so he, along with three other gentlemen, they slept in one of the nearby salon there, and their wives, including Matilda, they all were enjoying at the party till 4 a.m. Now it was the time to go back home. After the clocks struck 4 o'clock, they decided to go back home. They came out of the party hall. She came out of the party hall and she started walking very rapidly in a very fast way. Why? Because it was a cold weather. She didn't have rich fur or a rich shawl to wear over her attire, over her dress, which will suit perfectly with her dress. And she had a shawl. Her husband had carried a shawl, and which was not so good. It gave her a poverty-stricken look on her. With that shawl, it was really bad for her to stay for even a single second, because she thought that if any other woman in the party saw her with this look, with this shawl, then it would be really humiliating. It would be highly humiliating and insulting. So what she did is, she started quickly moving out of the party hall, started walking fast. Her husband holded her and told her, "You just wait. We shall wait here for the carriage, for the cab here." But she was not ready to listen to her husband at all. She had been moving very fast and fast and fast. Then they kept on walking and they find no carriage in the nearby anywhere. They couldn't find anything. And at a distance, they found a carriage. They found it and they called. Mr. Loisel called the carriage driver, and the carriage's condition was too poor, because in this time they couldn't get a good carriage or a good cab, so they had to go in that poor carriage, and they finally reached home. After reaching home, they both were very tired. Very, very tired after the party, because her husband had been half asleep, and the next morning at 10 a.m. he had to go to the office. Matilda, though she was tired, but was very happy because of the love, because of the compliments that she had got at the party. Now, as soon as she reached at her apartment, she removed the shawl away and she looked at the mirror. She looked at the mirror one last time. She wanted to have a look at her one last time, at her final look, at how she is looking, how admirable she is looking, and she was happy about it. So, when she looked herself at the mirror, she was surprised and shocked. She was shocked because there was no necklace. The necklace that she had worn, it was gone. It was lost. She quickly ran to her husband and told him that she had lost the necklace. The necklace is not there. And Matilda's husband, Mr. Loisel, was half undressed. He was removing his clothes and he was half undressed and he was sitting. He arose in dismay. He arose from his place in surprise and shocked. And he told, Are you serious? I don't think so this is possible. No, this is not. So, as soon as she told, yes, it is true, the necklace is not there, they started searching it everywhere. Inside the pockets, inside the folds of Matilda's dresses, and then the folds of the shawl, and everywhere inside their apartment. They saw every single place, everywhere. But it was nowhere to be found. No necklace anywhere. Now, Matilda's husband, was Mr. Loisel was very worried because he was half asleep. He had to go to the office at 10 a.m. the next morning, and then his problem was getting even more and more because this diamond necklace was very costly to them, was very expensive to them, and it was very difficult for them to get back another neck piece. So Mr. Loisel told Matilda that he would be going back to the same way where they had travelled and would be searching for the necklace, because he interrogated from Matilda that when you came from the party, when you came out from the party, did you see the necklace on? Did you feel the necklace on your neck? She said yes. I felt the necklace, and after coming back, I'm not sure about it. Then he told, then on the way also, if it would have fallen on the floor or if it would have fallen anywhere, then we would have got some sound that it is not so possible that this diamond necklace had lost somewhere in the party or in the cab, then it might be on the way. So he told Matilda that he is going back. He will be searching the necklace everywhere, and he went. Matilda was worried and disappointed. She was really worried that now what will happen if the neck piece was not to be found. What she is going to say to her friend Madame Forestier, who was a very good friend of hers. Now the husband went and searched the whole night. He came the next morning at 7 a.m. in the morning. When he reached there at 7 o'clock in the morning, she thought that he might come up with the necklace, with the neck jewelry. But he came with nothing. He was barehanded. Nothing was found. No jewelry, no necklace, nothing. Then Matilda's husband, what he did is, he quickly and in a very commanding voice, he said in a dictated voice this time. Earlier what was happening, that he was very polite to his wife. He was listening to her everything, to her every desire. He was doing every possible thing to fulfill his wife's desires. But now this time, their problem was very huge, and because of negligence of Matilda, this was happening. So he said in a dictated voice, commandingly, he spoke to his wife and told her that to write a letter. He suggested to write a letter to your friend Madame Forestier, and told her that write it in a letter, tell her that you have broken the clasp of, this is clasp, you have broken the clasp of the necklace, and you need some time to get it repaired. Write it down so that they get some time. They get some time for it to arrange or to get back the same necklace from someone, because Mr. Loisel had gone to police station. He went to cab office. He went 20,000 for a necklace. Now, the biggest thing was to arrange the money for the necklace. Now, how are they going to arrange it? You already know that the 400 francs, the dress of Matilda costed 400 francs. Those 400 francs, Mr. Loisel had collected it for months and months to buy a gun for hunting with his friends, for hunting of larks with his friends. For 400 francs, he had to save money for months, and now 40,000 francs, that is 36,000 francs. Now, how he is going to arrange it? Few amount of money, 89,000 francs, 89,000 francs were left by Mr. Loisel's father for him. So that amount of money was arranged from that. Now the remaining amount of money he had to borrow from the lenders. From different sources, from different lenders, he borrowed the remaining amount of money. After borrowing the money, they managed to collect 36,000. Okay. With that 36,000, they borrowed the exact chaplet of diamond necklace from the Palais Royal. They bought it. Madame Loisel, that is Matilda, took the box of the necklace and went to Madame Forestier's house. She, with fear deep inside her heart, getting caught of giving her a new diamond, what would Madame Forestier say? Whether she would be called as a robber? Who thought? Matilda. Who thought? Matilda thought that if Madame Forestier will get to know that it's a substitute necklace, it's not the real necklace that she gave her, but it's a substitute one, it's a new necklace, then what would Madame Forestier would thought of her? Whether she would thought of her as a robber? What would she would say? What would she say? So there were lots and lots of questions going on in the mind of Matilda. And what she would reply to Madame Forestier. But when Madame Forestier took the box from Matilda's hand, she didn't even bother to open the box. What she did is, she took the box from Matilda and put it inside her closet without even opening it and without even watching it for the one last time. But she said in a cold voice to her that you took a lot of time to return it. Cold voice means not with warmth feeling, without warmth of feeling, because she had promised, Matilda had promised that she is going to give the diamond necklace back just after the party. But it took her more than 2 weeks. So she had lack of warmth feeling while talking to Matilda, but she did not open the box even once and kept the box inside the cupboard. Matilda came back home. Now her life changed drastically. She recognized, she knew now the necessity of life. Now she knew that she had to struggle a lot. They had to leave their apartment because they have borrowed a good amount of money from the lenders, and it will take a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work from their side to pay back the money that they have borrowed from the lenders, and that too at a very high rate, that too at a very high price. Now, what happened? They had a maid servant in the house, at their apartment. So what they did is, they let go of the maid servant, they removed the maid servant, Secondary, they left their apartment. They started living in an attic. They started living in an attic. What is attic? A small room. It's a small room. A small one under a roof. Under a roof. So now, earlier they had an apartment with them. Matilda had a better life. She didn't have to do anything that time. Just sitting at home, preparing food, taking care of her husband. That's it. But now their life changed just by a small negligence of Matilda. Now they started living in an attic. Now she started learning odious household work like washing dishes, washing clothes, everything she had to learn now. She started doing all these work, and now her husband got so busy with his work, with his office work. Now he was working even more harder to earn more and more money so that they could pay their debts. Because they were under high debts, they had to pay the money to the lenders back, and now the earning had to be much. So her husband, Mr. Loisel, did not have much time for Matilda, for house, for family. He was all concentrated in his own work for earning as much money as he can to pay back the debts. Now, Matilda also started working hard a lot at her house with a sow of money. What is sow? A small amount of money. She had to fulfill every basic necessities, like she would go to vegetable sellers personally, she would go to the fruit seller, she would go to the provisional store and start bargaining from different shops, because she had a very small amount of money where she had to buy everything with that amount. She had a limited amount this time. In this life, she had a limited amount to buy things from people around, from different shops, fruit sellers, vegetable sellers. And earlier, when she was living in an apartment, she had all the facilities. What are facilities? She had her own personal room, she had her own washrooms and everything. Every facility was there with her and she should be happy about it, but she was not. But now, when her condition changed, when they had to move in an attic from the apartment, now a single room, how much a single room can contain? Now she would carry the huge loads of buckets just to fill the water, keeping herself in a long queue waiting for the ladies to move further, and then she would fill the buckets of water from outside. Now her life became even more pathetic. Very pathetic, day by day, struggling a lot, and it took them around 10 long years to pay the debt. It took them 10 long years to pay the debt. And now, what happened after 10 years of rigorous hard work, of rigorous working day and night from both of their part? Even Matilda is working and Mr. Loisel is working at his office and she is working at her home. Both work near the window and think about the past event that she had, where she lost the necklace. What would have happened if she hadn't lost the necklace? How would her life be? How she would have been after not losing the necklace? How would have been her life? So everything that she was thinking about, how graceful she was looking during the event at the party. So she would think about the party, about the best times of her life 10 years back, and now she was in a horrible condition. Now one day she was just walking in Champs-Élysées. She was walking down in the Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées is a place, okay? She was walking down there in the Champs-Élysées, and there she saw a lady. And quickly she recognized that it was Madame Forestier with a child. She saw Madame Forestier with a child. She quickly recognized it. Matilda quickly recognized Madame Forestier. She, at first, waited for a second and thought whether she should go and meet her, whether she should talk to her about the diamond necklace. She must have got to know about it, the necklace that she had substituted it with another. So she thought a lot and then decided to go and meet her. Matilda went and greeted Madame Forestier and told her, "How are you?" Jean. She used to call her Jean. Who? Madame Forestier. She called Jean. And Madame Forestier looked around and found that there is a very familiar voice that she had heard. Jean. And she thought that this voice she had heard before also. But when she looked at the lady, she couldn't recognize Matilda. She said, "Sorry, I think you might have mistaken. I don't know you. You might have mistaken it and I don't know you." Then Matilda said, she revealed that I am Matilda Loisel. Madame Forestier, when looked at her, she was very surprised. And she was not able to recognize and said, "Oh my poor Matilda, what had happened to you?" Because she started looking so old that it was difficult for Madame Forestier to recognize her. She told that, "Yes, I have really hard and bad times for past 10 years, and these hard times that I had, and it all because of you." Who said? Matilda to Madame Forestier. Now, Madame Forestier when heard that her condition is because of me, how is it possible? Then she told the real reason. She told that, "You remember that you had lended me a neck piece, a necklace, a diamond jewelry that day for the party?" She said, "Yes, I remember." She said that I had lost it. I had lost that necklace. Madame Forestier said, "You yourself had returned it to me. How come you are saying that you had lost it?" Then she said that the necklace that I had returned it back was a substitute, was a new necklace that costed us 36,000 francs. We had bought a new one and gave it to you. This was not the necklace that you had given me, that you had lended me." So Matilda told the truth to Madame Forestier. And Madame Forestier, when thought about the necklace, she smiled. Madame Forestier smiled, holded the hands of Matilda, and she was very sorry. Madame Forestier felt very sorry and said, "Oh my poor Matilda, the necklace was value of just 5 truth is, the necklace that she had borrowed from Madame Forestier was an artificial necklace, was not a real diamond necklace, and its value was just 500 francs, not 36,000 francs. So this was a new, very surprising conclusion to this story, that the family of Mr. and Mrs. Loisel, they both sacrificed 10 years of their life. They did a lot of hard work, and at last it was found that for a necklace, they had sacrificed 10 years, and the necklace was just worth rupees 500 francs, not 40 or 36,000 francs. So, what do we learn from the lesson? From this lesson, what do we learn?
The main message of the story is that we should be what we are. False pride is the cause of our sufferings. The loss of a false necklace by Mrs. Loisel was not a big loss. Things could have been settled right if she had confessed the loss of the necklace to the owner, Madame Forestier. The small lapse or mistake of Mrs. Loisel makes her whole life miserable and dark. And the irony was that the cause of all these sufferings was a false necklace. So the message that we get here in this lesson is, always be contented with what you have and be happy about it. Always be thankful to God for giving you another beautiful day with everything that you have. Be thankful to Him for giving you every single thing that you possess and giving another beautiful morning to live. Everything is in our hands to make our life better and to make it worse. Surround yourself with positivity and be happy with everything that we have in our life.